Awaken, puppets of Gepetto, and welcome fans, new and loyal, to the next installment of your Liza P. Easy to follow, platinum, all achievements guide. We continue on from the Broken Rift. Last video doing oh so much, most of the first two sections of chapter 10. We're now ready to proceed. Alright, remember that these enemies explode on death. Okay, careful of the butterfly, as we saw how it can be a nuisance. So I'm actually letting the butterfly get out of the way, basically. This is something that I have learnt from error in the past. Oh, you wait for it. Jump across. Dispatch this sniper. Drop. Do I gunblade you or do I... No, I range you, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is the easy to follow. That means we fight to safe. There's no need to do anything other than just go ha 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 ha. And the same goes for you, buddy. Okay, the cane... Oh, actually no, we can probably get the first one. Okay, that's going to take too long. And if you're not going to move, what's the fun in that? So, Icarus doesn't reach. Just be careful where your back is so that you don't fall off. One, and remember that there's another one around this corner as well. There we go. Onwards, and we're going to head down. We're going to quickly do the Indiana Jones run as there's a quartz involved. Ow. Ow. First time I've ever been hit by one of those. Grab the quartz. Pull the lever. Upward and onward. And then grindstone at the ready for this next enemy. Icarus. And you can just see this combination of Icarus plus Gunblade is just so oppressive. Grab the Sawblade, up the ladder. The next ladder. Into the nook for a carcass fluid. And then we can take the lift up. So in my original guide, this is where we would make a backup save. However, what we're going to do is we're going to make a backup save right before the Nameless Puppet. I'm going to still do Journey 3, in case you're playing along and you can't make backup saves. But if you can, you make it just before fighting the Nameless Puppet, and that way you defeat it, you get the Met ending, and then you reload your save and you give over your heart for the bad ending or the evil ending. At the Stargazer, level up capacity to 69. And Legion Arm, you don't want the puppet string, you want the Aegis, so Aegis and Icarus are your legions. Cubes with stone, make sure it's on friendship. Okay, equipment, take off the bow. Put on the cube, put on acid abrasive. Equipment, replace nameless. Oh no, not nameless, patience. Is patience enough? It should be. Yeah. Replace the patience amulet with the ghost walk amulet so that you can dodge fury attacks. That's what all of those points into capacity have been about. And then put on, as a Hail Mary, put on your carcass body fluids only in phase 2 and only to kill the boss. I'm going to take a quick detour. This only applies to me because I was an idiot in the DLC and I put Legion Calibers into the wrong Legion arm. So I'm going to quickly detour. I now have enough to get my Icarus to level 3. Yours should already be at level 3, so you don't need to do this detour. Alright, Icarus, level 3. There we go. Can't believe I upgraded the Falcon Eyes instead by accident. Hey ho, it's fixed now. Warp back. So, Laxassia, we summon the Spectre obviously, and then think slow for this fight. Phase 1 isn't a sprint, and then the grindstones are for phase 2. It may take a few attempts, even though we are now super hench, it still can be a difficult fight. But we do have the Icarus as our aid in this fight this time round. So, summon, open the door, and we're going to put on the carcass fluid for phase 1. Carcass fluid. If they're focusing on the Spectre, then that's a great time for the Icarus to do its thing. And the Gunblade just slaps. Even if you're using the Rose Sword, I highly recommend using the Gunblade for this part of the fight. For this fight, the punch is so notable. And you recover so much guard regain. Back away before the fatal. And shablon. Stone on. Are they targeting me or the Spectre? The Spectre. So close the distance. Kill the Spectre. Punch. Back away. Heal the electric shock. Heal myself. This is where, as I said, it might take a few attempts because you can see the damage. And don't get me wrong, we also do a lot of damage. Alright, grindstone. You're on the floor, Icarus. You're focusing on the Spectre, Icarus. Heal the Spectre. And here you can just see the power of the Icarus. If you can, it's not guaranteed, but the stagger lock is so real. Bang! Gunblade makes everything better. What? Whoop, whoop. Repair the Stargazer. Level up. Spend Ergo. You're going to spend a Vivid Crystal for 7,000 and a Dim Crystal for 5,000, and that should get you to 3. One more into Capacity to get it to 70, and then Vitality 2 levels to get it to 62. Warp to the hotel. Recharge Fable. Talk to Polydina.
With unsurpassed. As she entered, it is all as for me. It feels less I despite how it. Welcome to.
And this is actually a nice touch that they did. So we're going to go to Antonia's chair, and the letter has an extra page because we've completed the DLC. Gather fruit. Make sure you have one gold
Stalker.
coin on you. So make sure you remain with one. Top up your friendship. Head to the chair. And yeah, there's a memo page added from the DLC. So that's normal, and then this is all bonus. A memo's been added. So a lovely little, another nice little thing that the DLC just kind of unexpectedly treats you to in the main game. In the chair, activate. We're still on Retain Guard Regain 2. And this one is going to be ability type, lowers weapon durability of slashing weapons is what we're aiming for. So lowers durability of slashing weapons. Whee! And we're now going to head over to 6-1. The Rosabella Street entrance. And we're going to get our final record. You won't get the trophy yet because you haven't played every record, but this will be the last record to collect, the 16th from the main game. So, down we go. Actually, you know what? Let's demonstrate the rose sword a bit. Super fun to work with. It's just not as, in my opinion, it's not quite as good as the Gunblade. Does it have... because yeah, it doesn't even have a crit bonus on it. If it had a crit bonus, it might be up there. But again, it's all about the fable arts of this thing. To be fair, if I recall, both fable arts are actually really good on this. So, onward. Oh, I don't have puppet string. I also don't have the bow on. Probably should put that back on. And here's subject 826.
Nice to see you again.
I never
want to take
it's
some
a
nice loot.
Are you sure that
I
I
survived.
exhaust.
There
Don't
is
need
no
to,
Robert Still.
but I do anyway.
I used to be a fan.
Patricia?
Spend in your ergo. Spend your ergo crystal of the eternal for 25,000.
Nice loot, yeah?
Purchase the gold record, so that's 9,000 for the Fascination gold record. And there's all records now obtained. Buy all the cheap sharp pipes, all the cheap saw blades, and the Lada disruption cartridge +1, which I can't remember if I actually equip or not. But it's in my notes, so I'm going to trust my notes. Walk back to the hotel, or the most recent, it's fine because we're just going to warp straight away. I'm going to get the records trophy at the end, just part of the cleanup. And by the end, I mean the end of Journey 2. The last trophy you get is going to be for getting the bad ending, which will be the Journey 3. Teleport 11-6, the Ascension Bridge. Now, this next part, I cannot stress enough how important this is. If you want to get the mid-ending, you must let Sophia live. This is non-negotiable. You get the best ending by having a pounding heart and ending her suffering. You get the mid-ending by having at least feeling warmth, so that you can refuse to give Gepetto your heart, and you must choose to let her live. That is a must. And this way, it doesn't matter if your heart is pounding, it does not matter if you let her live. You don't take the ergo from her, so you can't give it back for the best ending, or the good ending. So, again, time decision, let her live.
It hurt me.
Keep her.
Let her live.
Let's.
And even though we've let her live, she's going to die on her own in a moment. Actually, take off these.
Sophia. I think she's gone, pal.
See? Oh, I didn't put the puppet string back
Can't sense
on.
her anymore.
Oh, that's lame. Okay. Just waiting for the flamer to come on. Oh, you're normally all up in here by this point. Wow, he's taking his sweet time. There we go. Oh, and they both came anyway. So yeah, that's a single triangle press. Zoom! And then the L1 triangle is even better. Which I'll show you on this enemy. Looks so cool. There we go. But yeah, this weapon is all about the fables. Not much else, sadly. Right, onward. And here I can put my puppet string back on. So I'm going to recharge my fable first. So just spam the pulse cells. Switch Legion Arm, puppet string. Onward. Still going to use enhanced rope for the cane musketeer type enemies. Oh, excuse me, sir. I did not realise you carried on. get the gunblade back on. And then I can actually compare if the enhanced rope, if that actually makes a difference or not. Grab the resplendent crystal. Okay, you found me anyway, that's fine. Oh, of course! Why wouldn't the explode? Okay, so it's actually about the same. Okay. Since I'm going to use Fable for this next enemy, might as well use the awesome Fable. So yeah, enhanced rope first. That is so cool. Open the chest for the quartz. Onward. Nice rope. That's more like it. This is from behind, and I get the buff for attacks from behind. That's why. Which means that's why that works as well. Ah, okay, that's all making sense now. Grab the Fable Catalyst, because why not? And we're actually going to use some Fable Catalyst here. So that I'm up to level 3, as there is an Electro Cane enemy at the top. So we are going to utilize once it starts to get up. So good. Alternatively, Icarus is also the way that you deal with those, but so good. Onward. Right. Equip saw blades. No, that's fine. So for the snipers, 2 saw blades should be enough, but that's why we have the bow equipped. Yeah, there we go, 2 is enough. Don't know why I thought that was something else. But yeah, so the answer is 2 saw blades and just get out of their attack range. There we go. That's the electric blitz. Carry on, up the ladder. Enhanced rope. And then across, grab full moonstone and down the lift for our Stargazer shortcut. Open the shortcut. Have a rest. And in my notes it says you might need to spend like a small ergo item to get the second level, but I've already got it. So if you need to, do it, but otherwise we're aiming for 2 levels into Vitality to get it to 64. Make sure you have a gold coin fruit on you, so if you don't, walk back to the hotel. Actually, let's just quickly spam to get some more Fable back. Let's back up the lift. I'm going to give the fox the gold coin fruit to avoid the fight with the fox. Ciao, bello. And this weapon does look cool. We are going to use the gunblade for the nameless puppet though, because we want the extra stun and stagger damage. Claudia, ciao bello.
I had a... It's a reason. But if some...
Give the gold coin.
It's not... Thank you. It's not... I go on. I never even... If only we... Go on. Go on.
And we do know that they were toying with curing early petrification disease. Alright, open the cell. And this time we get to be truthful when he says, "Have I been a trustworthy father?" Hell no! I also think there's a slight change in the response due to the DLC, but I'm not sure.
It saddens me. I wanted you to grow up as a... And yet, I think all I've taught Simon has gone complete. I don't know what... I trust you, my son. Speak truthfully. For my sake.
No, absolutely not. That answer doesn't actually matter, just in case, but why would you say yes?
Earn your trust. I gave you more loneliness than love. But remember, there's a promise. Put an end to it, son.
Open the door. Onward for the next Stargazer. We are going to switch to the gunblade for the next enemy because it's in a confined space, so finesse weapons are not as effective. I'm also going to fill up some more Fable. Oh, so close to the whole thing. Alright, switch to the Pale Knight, the gunblade. Switch to the Icarus. Charge up the Icarus. That rip the Icarus. Bam! That's how we do. Back to the rope. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. Two exploders. So that's one. Two. And then at the top of the steps is another cane enemy. So this is the one that the rope doesn't always work on, so I'm going to go Icarus. You know what? You can just have one of those. Yeah, upwards rope doesn't tend to play very well. Drop the shortcut letter. Roll. And you should always land up here. So you can grab the star fragment. Drop. Grab the sharp pipe. Head to the hotel. And I don't know why I put in my notes this is the time, but we're going to play the records now to get the Golden Melody Trophy achievement. So what you need to do is play at least the first 2 seconds of every record for it to count as played. So let's do that. Pretty Flowers. So in theory, if it doesn't have a sleeve, you have played it. If it also has the blue icon, it might mean that as well. But literally, what I do... Start. You can see the little icon in the top corner. Once that icon is finished, then it's registered that that record has been played. So I'm just going to quickly do that for all of the records, and then at some point during this you will get the Golden Melody Trophy achievement, and once you do, you don't have to keep doing this. So the sleeves are on there because I can listen to it in its entirety and gain ergo from it, but we don't need to do that. Nearly there. So if you've done all of these, you definitely will have got your trophy achievement by the time you play the last one. So this is the last one, Proposal Flower Part 1. Play that, and you should by now have 39 out of 43 main game trophy achievements. That is Golden Melody. Warp back to 11.8 Internal Bridge. What I should have done was recharge Fable. Oh well. Just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Did you feel that? It's like someone walked
So we have
across my
the
grave. I sense
corroding mini
everywhere.
boxer
This
elite
place is saturated
here.
with it. Like what you'd expect from a mountain of dead puppets.
So you do need to somewhat respect, so grindstone on. Oh wow. I did not know you could take me out of that one. There we go. And if Icarus doesn't finish the job, just repeated gunblade shots will. Drops quartz. Put the string back on, and onward we go with our day. Carefully cross the beams. How do? So you don't need any more Legion calibers, but there are more here. If you want to experiment with any of the Legion arms, you're more than welcome to do so. However, I think that we've got the best three already in action. Grab the resplendent crystal. How do? Oh, how don't? Pop. There's an acid abrasive here. Item behind us is just a balance crank. Make sure to come into the first balcony here, as this is going to be an Ergo, a Crystal of the Eternal. That is the 25,000 Ergo item. Out. And we're now at the Simon Stargazer. Yeah, we head back to the hotel so that we can recharge Fable if needed. So, recharge Fable. Level up. Spend your Ergo Crystal of the Eternal and one Ergo Fragment for 700. If you need to spend more of the smaller stuff. But you're getting 2 level ups. Vitality to 65, Technique to 51. Head up, gather fruit.
Stalker.
Check recovery. If you've got enough recovery there, so 3 and 12 is fine. Then continue on friendship. Once this is at 3 and 12, go recovery and just alternate between recovery and friendship basically at this point. You're welcome to do wish zones differently, however that's what I feel to be pretty optimal. Into the chair. And retain guard regain 2, and you're now going to put in item type, increase throwing object possession limit 3. There we are. Wait, do I have another quartz? I do. Should have checked my notes. So now we're going to upgrade. And you're going to upgrade Enhance Fatal Attack. How are we doing on time? Walk back to Cradle of the Gods. Right, swap puppet string for Aegis. So we are on Aegis Icarus. Aegis is going to be more important in this particular fight. Equip the cube. Equip Hail Mary carcass body fluids. And equip acid abrasive. So phase 1 is going to be acid abrasive. Phase 2 is going to be a perfection grindstone. Summon the Spectre. And onward.
Show me everything you have, puppet of Gepetto.
And as you can see, we just do so much damage with the acid abrasive on. Have one of these. Bang! So much damage! Spectre health is still looking pretty good. Down. Cover. Grindstone. Cover. Heal the Spectre. Grindstone on. Oh, I said grindstone on. Recover the Spectre. I said recover the Spectre. Get away from the Finger of Doom. There we go. Put on Icarus. Recover Spectre. Oh. Finger of Doom. Get away. Hey Simon, helicopter. Remember he does... Oh, he doesn't do an attack. I thought he did. Oh, unless it's phase 1. And shovel. There we go. Great amounts of disrespect that I have for that fight.
So, it comes to this.
You're welcome to say what you want. However, in case you messed up on phase 1, do liberated her from Archie Abbey.
Sophie,
Liberated her from Archie Abbey.
I know it's fine if I'm gone. But be warned. Watch out for Gepetto. Prepare.
Head down the lift. Hear Gemini try and make himself sound important.
Now him, he really scared me. A human becoming a god? Terrifying. But a puppet becoming a human? Now you have my attention. Suit yourself, but sounds fun to me. I wonder, what'll happen now? I sure don't know. But I do know one thing. You're stuck with me. And I'm stuck with you, pal. Wouldn't have it any other way. Huh? That's...
Right, use the Stargazer. Teleport back to the hotel. Recharge Fable. Switch your wish stone to your choice of recovery or advance. I like recovery for this fight. Oh, didn't level up. Level up. Spend ergo 2 resplendent crystals, 15,000 each. 1 dim crystal for 5,000. That should give you 4 levels up. Motivity 1 to 51, Technique 3 to 54. Maximizing our damage gains. Put on Throwing Cell as your Hail Mary, and put on Electric Blitz Abrasive. Make sure you have the Aegis equipped. Teleport to Under the Abyss. Okay, now, if you do not want to do Journey 3, then what you're going to do is you're going to make a backup save right now. This is where you make the backup save to prevent Journey 3. I'm going to do, in the next video, I'm going to finish this fight, and I'm going to start Journey 3. However, again, if you are going to skip it, make a backup save here. I'm going to say it again at the start of the next video. That's going to be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching and playing along. If you've made it this far, I've clearly done something right. Drop me a like on the video. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe as well, as it really does mean the world to me. Thank you all so much. I can't wait to see you in the next video. And until I do, bye for now.